Ladies and gentlemen, it's To Tell the Truth. And here sitting in for Garry Moore is your host for today, Bill Cullen.
Oh, that's good. Very good. Thank you. Excellent. Right up. That's all right. First time I ever saw a loaf of bread get applause. Thank you all. I know I'm not supposed to talk with my mouth full, but actually I'm doing my job. You see, this delicious pumpernickel bread was provided by our first, he provided a fly too, was provided by our first guest today. We'll meet him in a minute as he tries to fool you. And our panel here on To Tell the Truth.
Derwin Kirby. Peggy Cass. Mark Goodson. And Kitty Carlisle.
Oh, that's for me.
What is this?
I'm on a diet. Wait till you're not now. You do what you're told on this show. Everybody on this show does what they're told. And hi, Derek. Good to have you all back again.
Thanks for bringing lunch in.
That's all right. And Peggy.
Hiya, how are you?
I wasn't kind to you yesterday, Mark. I know that.
You were very nice. You were very good.
Oh, good. I'll do the same.
Thank you for the bagel.
Same bit today, then. Short shrift for our packager. And Kitty, happy to have you.
Thank you.
Okay. That was a funny noise you made. Say that again.
It's my electronic, yes.
What is this?
I
Wait, I thought I did a great job on yesterday's show. I called my wife. I told her swell. And here on the desk it says, Peggy replaces Bill as MC.
That's right, and I don't want you to feel badly. It's only a temporary arrangement.
I feel badly.
Well, I know, but you were fair only.
Oh.
The first guest on the show is a gentleman I know very well, so I get to be the MC.
All right.
And since you don't know him, you get to ask the questions and vote.
Oh, and I can eat
So,
bread, too.
Yeah, so let's switch places and get on with the game.
Oh, good. I'm glad finally at last we got a lady.
Women's liberation.
We've got a woman on this show. Hooray! Bravo for our side.
Isn't this the biggest loaf of bread you ever saw in your whole life?
Yeah.
Okay, let's meet my friend, the man who brought us these delicious bagels and pumpernickel.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Hoy Lipstein.
Number two.
My name is Hoy Lipstein.
Number three.
My name is I Lipstein.
Now let me read Hy Lipstein's story. I, Hy Lipstein, am known as the Bagel King. I distribute delicious bagels, bialys, rye, and pumpernickel bread to New York's finest restaurants and nightclubs. While making my nocturnal rounds, I frequently meet Broadway and television stars, famous movie actors, and sports personalities. I have discovered that the one thing these famous people have in common is this: they love bagels. When I offer them the gift of a bag of bagels, beautiful ladies kiss me, and strong men beam with delight. I usually ask them if they would mind if I took a snapshot of them with me and my bagels. As a result, the inside of my delivery truck is filled with pictures of such luminaries as Lauren Bacall, Duke Ellington, and Zsa Zsa Gabor. One of my favorite bagel mavens is here today. To tell the truth's delightful, Peggy Cass. Signed, Hy Lipstein. All right, panel, all three gentlemen claim to be my friend Hy Lipstein, the Bagel King. Let's start the questioning with... Oh, there's a commercial first. Huh? Oh, nuts. All right, panel, all three gentlemen claim to be my friend Hy Lipstein, the Bagel King. Let's start the questioning with our former MC, Bill Cullen.
Peggy, I want you to know in all my many years, no one has ever done as much for my confidence as you have right now. And I mean that in the sweetest possible way. Hey, number one, there was this past summer, there was a story. Zsa Zsa Gabor was robbed of all her many sparkling things, and you took her. Is this true? Are you the person who took the bagels up to Zsa Zsa's place, number one?
Yes.
You were the one who went up there.
Yes.
Number 3, don't you think that's sort of dangerous, going up to Zsa Zsa's place right after everyone stole all her rings?
No, this was before.
Oh, you didn't go up after?
After I gave her another bag, but this was before. The first time I met her, I gave her a bag of bagels.
I see. Number 2, I read it. Wait a minute. Number 3.
No, the first time I met her, I gave her a bag of bagels.
I got
and gave her
that.
a kiss.
I
She
got-
likes bagels.
All right. When was the first time, number 3, that you gave Zsa Zsa a bag of bagels?
I met her in one of the nightclubs. I went over, I said, Mrs. Kapoor, here's a bag of bagels. She said, for me? I said, yes. Then I asked if I can take a picture with her with me, so I gave somebody the camera and took the picture.
I vote for number 3.
Thank you very much, Bill. And now, Mark.
I think it's fantastic. They're also marvelous. Number 2, will you say for me a bag of bagels?
A bag of bagels.
Number 1, would you say a bag of bagels?
A bag of bagels.
Number 3.
A bag of bagels.
That's marvelous. Number 2, I'm really. What actually is a bagel? What is a bagel?
What is a bagel? That's like asking what is heaven.
Number 3, how do you?
A bagel comes from the Yiddish word to bacon. You know, you bake, you twist something, you bake it, so that's what's a bagel.
I
That's how they
understand.
call it.
But how do you make a bagel? Why is a bagel different from this other thing here?
First, you put the bagel in cold water.
Yes.
See? And then you take it out and you put it in the oven.
Yes.
And it gets the brown part there. And it's very hard. Don't eat it when it's hot.
You should make a record. Just to make...
Wonderfully informative, and now we go on to Miss Bagel herself, Kitty Carlisle.
I want to thank the management for striking a blow for ladies. We finally have a woman moderator. Thank you. Number 2, how come you get to meet the customers?
Well, you know, you got to be a little sneaky in this business.
Thank you. Number 2, do you go from the back door right into the front door with your bag of bagels? Number 1, I mean.
No, right?
When you deliver the bagels, you deliver them to the kitchen, right?
No, it all depends. Sometimes to the front door, sometimes to the kitchen.
Well, how come you get into the front door?
Well, I bribe the doorman.
Aha. Number 3, how much do you have to pay him?
I gotta tell this.
Yeah. You can lie if you
It's
want,
according
if
to
you're
what he wants, but I don't pay him nothing. I give him a bag of bagels, he's satisfied.
Now to Mr. Kirby.
Thank you. Number 3, it says here in the affidavit, you're the bagel king. Who crowned you king?
I crown myself king. I don't make it.
Thank you. Number 2, what is a bialy? Is that the way you pronounce it?
A bialy.
Yes.
A bialy originated in a place called Bialystok, which used to be part of Poland, then became part of Russia. Now, originally, the thing came about this way. In ancient history, at that time, there was the Tartars. And these Tartars, that have the grandfather, and this grandfather used to, when they'd have a marriage, he'd knock out the front tooth of the son-in-law. But they had to figure out a different way because they had a lot of toothless Tartars walking around.
Shut up, will you?
And now, panel, it's time to vote on this very important question. And we must vote for number 1, or for number 2, or for number 3. We pay $50 for each wrong vote and $500 if the panel is stumped completely. Bill, you start the voting.
I don't want to.
You have to. Go ahead.
Well, to me, it's simple. Number 2 and number 3 are actors. And if they're not, they should be actors. And I voted for that reason for number 1. He looks like a nice, gentle fellow.
Okay, Mark?
If number 3 really is the fellow, it's incredible because he's one of the funniest men I've ever heard, and number 2 also. I think number 1 spends more of his time with bagels and less with comedy, so I vote for him.
Kitty?
Well, I think the other 2 are marvelous, and I think number 3 probably has enough chutzpah to do what he said he did.
Chutzpah like a bagel.
But I voted for number 1 because I think he's the real baker.
Durwood?
Number 3 completely fascinated me. Number 1 is probably the real man, although he didn't seem too interested in this whole thing. But I had to vote for number 2 because it's the longest playing record I ever heard in my life.
Okay, the votes are all in. As you know, I am the MC of this show because I know Hi very well, and I can prove it. I have a picture of Hi with me, so take a look and see if you recognize him. We'll be right back to you in a minute. But first, let's find out who our imposters are. Number 2, you got 1 vote. What's your name and what do you really do?
My real name is Jack Weinstein, and right now I'm working as a guard for Mandel Securities at the detective agency.
I bet they sleep safe. And number 3, you didn't get any votes, but I'd give you a big kiss.
Oh, darling. My granddaughters are right there.
What's your real name and what do you really
My
do?
name is Harrison C. Ressler. I'm a salesman for New York Trim and Fashion at 241 West 36th Street.
Hi, number 1, the real Hi. Who's the greatest bagel fancier of all your celebrity friends? The one who likes bagels the most, the real bagel person of all the people you know.
Offhand,
Well, we'll go on to another question. Thank you very much. What?
Jackie Vernon.
Jackie Vernon.
Yes.
Okay, he's lost a lot of weight. He must be laying off the bagels.
70
lately.
pounds.
Okay, I want to thank you all very much. It's wonderful to give me my first opportunity to be an MC, and I love your bagels and your moisture pumpernickel and everything about you. Goodbye. Hey, Bill, should I read the next thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Our next guest is over 21 some of the time, and at other times she isn't. I'd like to know her secret. We'll meet this interesting woman in a moment as TTT, To Tell the Truth, moves on.
Oh, that was a funny bit. Funny bit. Peggy.
Yes, I like doing that.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Good, well, stick with it. When you're my age, there might be a little help for you. That was Peggy Cass filling in for me, and I'm filling in for Garry Moore. And on the panel is Mark Goodson, who is filling in for me, since I'm here filling in for Garry, and Durwood Kirby, who's filling in for Orson, who's on a leave of absence. If there are any questions, just address your letter to someone else. Huh?
What am I?
You're your own sweet self.
Oh, thank you.
You fill in beautifully. You're all right. Let's meet the woman that Peggy was talking about, who is never far from 21.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Jean Brady.
Number 2.
My name is Jean Brady.
Number 3.
My name is Jean Brady.
Okay, here's Jean Brady's story panel, so if you will, listen carefully. I, Jean Brady, am a blackjack or 21 dealer. I'm the first and only woman to deal cards at a major casino on the Las Vegas Strip in over 30 years. Thanks to a ruling by the State Labor Commission, I am now working at Howard Hughes' glittering Silver Slipper. Actually, I was employed there as a slot machine cashier when the manager asked me if I'd like to deal blackjack. I turned the new job down at first, but accepted when asked the second time. It's pleasant work, the pay is good, and don't underestimate me, I can handle card sharks with the best of them. Signed, Jean Brady. As Kitty Carlisle says, I'm a man who will read anything. I will prove that. Let's start the questioning with a man who is quite a card himself. Durwood Kirby. Oh, sorry about that.
You do have intestinal fortitude,
Yes.
I'll tell you that.
No, it's just cold in
Contestant
my
number
head.
1, please. How long have you been dealing?
Well, I was dealing before Las Vegas for about 5 years.
And where was that?
In North Las Vegas and Jerry's Nugget.
And where had you dealt before, number 3?
Harold's Club in Reno.
And you, number 2?
Well, I dealt in Reno and North Las Vegas and Henderson.
Number 2, who taught you how to deal?
Well, when I learned to deal, they put me with another dealer, and the other dealer taught me.
Number 3, is that the way you learned?
My father taught me how to deal.
Your daddy taught you, huh? What makes a card shark, number 1, and how would I detect one?
Well, a card shark is someone who plays high stakes and watches everybody else's hands very closely to know all the cards that are out.
Okay, and a lady now who used to be an MC, Peggy Cass.
Thank you. Number 3, what must the dealer stand on?
17.
Okay, number 2, the dealer must hit if he has 16?
Right.
Okay. Number 1, what's insurance?
Insurance is when the dealer shows an ace. She offers the players the opportunity to bet on that.
Number 3, who's the comic at the Silver Slipper?
Right now, we don't. We have Barry Ashton's Wonderful World of Burlesque. The comic changes every week, and I've been away for a week.
Thank you. Number 2, who's Hank Henry?
He's a comedian.
Thank you. Number 1, what does blackjack pay off? What's the payoff on blackjack?
It's 1.5 if you have it on a natural.
Thank you. Number 2, do you believe in splitting tens?
At times.
Well, I mean, what would your advice be?
Okay, that brings us to you, Mark.
I can see that Peggy not only knows about bagels.
She does. You're right.
Okay. Where is the, number 2, where is the Silver Slipper located in Las Vegas?
Well, it's about the middle of the strip.
Number 1, you know about other gambling games, too. What is the number that you try for in Chemin de Fer?
Well, I'm not familiar with the other games, really.
I see. Number 3, what is the number you try for in Chemin de Fer?
I'm a dealer. I don't play any of the other
You don't
games.
play. What is, number 2, what is doubling down mean?
Well, you get one card face down. Usually people double on a 9 or 10.
I
and
see.
they turn.
Number 3, where in Las Vegas does Don Rickles generally play?
Where is it? At the Sands? I'm not real sure, to tell you the truth.
Mm-hmm. Number 1, are you the only lady dealer in Las Vegas?
Yes.
There's never been one?
Okay, ends up with you,
I'm
Kitty.
fascinated. Number 2, why did you turn it down the first time?
Well, I was a little reluctant about the publicity that would follow.
Why was that?
Because I'm shy.
Number 1, was it the money that urged you to do it, that finally decided you?
Yes, it was.
Number 2, it was the money. Number 1, do you get tips from satisfied customers who win?
Well, we don't really discuss the tips. We get them occasionally.
And you pocket them. Number 3, can you tell me about card sharks? Now, not sharks really, but cheats. Is there anything that you can look for, that you can discover inside? Can one cheat at blackjack?
That's, I suppose so. You know, that isn't my job. Usually a pitman or something will watch for that.
Thank you. Number 2, can you...
And that just about does it. Thank you, Kitty. It's time to vote now, panel. Vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3. And, Durward, you started the questioning. You may...
Yes, thank you, Bill.
Number there.
I thought they were all very good. I'm not going to go for number 1 because one question she hesitated quite a little bit on. She had to decide within her own mind. Number 2 was also very good. I think she knows the game, but I don't think she's the real dealer. And I think number 3 is the one we're looking for.
All right. Peggy?
No, Hank Henry is so synonymous with the Silver Slipper that I thought that they should know that. And number 2, that number 1 and 3 should have known that it's a natural 8 or 9 for Chemin de Fer. I think if they live in a place where they gamble all that much. So I voted for the shy one, number 2. I'll play your table if I ever get there.
Yeah, well, they were all very good, and the reason that I am voting for number 2 was because, for the reason Peggy mentioned, neither 1 nor 3 knew about Chemin de Fer. And even if they were dealers in some other game, they should have known that.
And
Well, number 1 is definitely shy and could easily be the real one. Number 3, I think, is more junior league than blackjack. And I think number 2 is really shy and knows her business, and I voted for her.
Okay, we have 0 for 1, 3 for number 2. Number 3 has 1 vote. Will the real Jean Brady please stand up?
It's... Oh,
Okay, we'll find out who our imposters are. Number one, please, ma'am, your name and what do you do?
Yes, I'm Ray Wilder. I run the Appalachian Enterprise Crafts Shop at 88 Park Avenue in Bay Shore.
Thank you. And number three, suppose you tell us who you are and what you do, please.
I'm Beryl Bender, and I design acrylic or plexiglass furniture and sculpture.
And you all
never played blackjack, but I'm going to.
You've all done a real good job. Thank you, Gene Brady and Imposters, for being with us to play To Tell the Truth.
In addition to the cash awards, our first team of challengers will receive this magnificent cufflink and tie-tack set by Janssen, crowned with Lindy stars, the man-made jewels that rival nature's costliest gems. Our second team will receive a sparkling rhinestone bracelet, earrings, and pin set designed by Sarah Coventry, called Leading Lady, Evening Elegance by Sarah Coventry.
Hey, you know something, Peggy?
What?
The funniest single spot since I've been on this show, it's a little over a year, was the bagel spot. Your friend and your emceeing. I don't know if that means anything about you're an MC, but that was the funniest spot. So there.
It was wonderful.
I forgot to ask, by the way, somebody, it says a bagel maven. What is a maven?
A maven is a person who's
a fan?
Yes.
You know how you say maven in English?
Marvin.
Goodbye.
Promotional consideration provided by American Airlines. Traveling on business or traveling for fun, it's good to know you're on American Airlines. Hotel accommodations courtesy of Delmonico's Hotel on fashionable Park Avenue, ideal for gracious living. Visit famous Delmonico's restaurant for superb continental cuisine. This is Johnny Olson speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.